Welcome back at 6:46 and 63 degrees in downtown Amarillo. Joined by the Geek Squad members. Got Taylor and Brian with me today from Best Buy. Thanks again for joining us. You know, it's summertime. Well, not officially, but
not yet.
Unofficially, it is. For this part, we'll say it is.
It's hot enough.
And a lot of folks may be going to the pool, or they jump in and they go, was that my cell phone in my back pocket?
Yes.
So what do you do if this happens? There's some do's and don'ts about drying your piece of electronic equipment out. And Taylor, let's start off with what you should do.
Well, the first thing is take the battery out.
Okay.
You don't want it to power on. You don't want it to have access to any electricity. So just take the battery out and leave it alone for several hours at least.
Okay.
Next, you want to dry it off. You can dab it off on the outside with a paper towel or a rag of some kind.
Okay.
And on the inside, if you think there's water inside, you want to just tip it out, get as much out as you can. You can't really get in there that well.
Right.
But you can let it drip dry. Another good way is to seal it in a bag with either the silica gel from beef jerky bags, or alternatively you can use uncooked rice.
I've heard about rice. Yeah, I didn't know if that would really work or not, but it actually does.
It does,
actually. But put it in like a Ziploc bag or something that is actually sealed.
Tupperware containers work well.
Okay, very good. All right, so that's the do's.
Yeah,
Brian, let's talk about the don'ts.
following right up to that, you don't want to turn it on.
Okay.
Absolutely do not try and power it on. That's going to fry it out. You know, if you drop it, if it's plugged in, make sure you get it out of the liquid, but make sure you unplug it first.
Yes, that's the key.
If it takes too much heat, sunstroke can occur. So you want to keep it out of the sun, direct sun, especially if it's left in the car.
Right, and don't use a hairdryer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't use a hairdryer at all. That'll fry it up as well.
And
silica gel, don't eat it.
And that's really applicable to kids.
Definitely.
You know, that they'll look at those little packets and go, "Oh, sweetener," or something like that. So,
it says do not eat all over it.
but yeah, they don't read.
Doesn't matter.
There you go. All right, so let's talk about some things that, let's say you're taking your cell phone along with you on a trip, maybe to the beach, maybe somewhere else. What are some things that we should do?
Well, you want to bring protection for it.
Okay.
There's actually a product called Clever Wraps, which is an alternative to putting your phone into a Ziploc baggie. Okay. So if you use a Ziploc baggie, then it can develop condensation on the inside from being outside in the heat all day. Okay. And then if you take it inside and it cools off, you could get water all over your phone. Right. So these Clever Wraps are designed so they won't do that. They're actually open, but so they can let air in and out, but they're still good to protect it against dust and minor encounters with liquid.
And it says watch out for Ziploc bags. I mean specifically, especially like ones with moisture in it.
Well, you're building up heat inside there. What do you get with heat? Condensation. Right. So if you do bring it inside, as soon as you get it home, take it out of the bag, leave it in a cool, dry place. That way it has a chance to cool off and not build up any moisture inside there.
Okay, yeah, because moisture is something we normally don't see here in the Panhandle, but let's face it, the last week or so we have. So that's something. So those are the do's. How about the don'ts?
Don'ts. What you don't want to do is use your gadget too much.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, if you go to the beach, for example, you don't want to have it out constantly and using it because there's going to be dust and sand in the air. And it's not good to get that kind of thing lodged inside it. Yeah. You might crack the case if it gets wedged into a crack and you fiddle with it too much. And
don't leave your cell phone or any other device in a hot car, too.
Right, exactly, because the heat will just sit there and burn on the battery. If it's on, that's implementing it even further because the processor's burning up even more heat. So
if it is, what are some things to do and don't there? We have on the screen.
Like I said, don't leave it in the car. Don't put it in the fridge.
Don't put it in the fridge.
Don't put it in the fridge.
Because that immediately just condenses
that
out.
That will encourage condensation.
Yeah. And it's like just something to keep in mind. I've had this happen to me, not with a cell phone, with a wallet, but it certainly can happen with a cell phone because I'm bad when I work on our weather stations. I put my cell phone in my pocket, and or you get rained upon, which maybe we'll see as well. So guys, Taylor, Brian, thanks again for joining us from the Geek Squad over at Best Buy. They'll be back here next Tuesday as well for our tech tips. And Emily, I think you have our quiz question winner.